Magazine news and gossip. A heart-stopping reunion that's got everyone talking. What happens when the love you thought you'd left behind steps out of the shadows at the very moment you're ready to start over? What if, in the chaos of a crowded airport, the world stops spinning and all you can see is the one person who still holds a piece of your heart? Hold onto your hats, magazine news and gossip readers, because we're diving headfirst into a story that set hearts ablaze and sparked a frenzy across the globe. The electrifying, tear-soaked reunion of Demet Özdemi and Yaman at Istanbul's airport isn't just gossip. It's a cinematic moment that's left fans gasping and social media in a meltdown. Ready for the full scoop? Let's go! Imagine this. Istanbul's Ataturk Airport, a buzzing hive of travelers, suitcases rolling, and hurried goodbyes echoing through the terminal. Among the chaos stands Demet Özdemi, a woman on the cusp of a life-altering decision. She's not just catching a flight to Italy, she's chasing a fresh start, a chance to leave behind the heartbreak that's haunted her in Istanbul. Her bags are packed, her tickets in hand, and her heart? It's a storm of resolve and regret. But just as she's about to step into her new chapter, fate throws a curveball that no one saw coming. Out of the crowd emerges Yaman, the man she once loved, his piercing gaze cutting through the noise like a spotlight. Why is he here? What does he want? And could this moment change everything? This wasn't just a chance encounter. It was a collision of past and present, a heart-stopping clash of emotions that neither Demet nor Can could have prepared for. Demet had been planning her move to Italy for months, dreaming of a career reboot in Europe's vibrant film scene. Istanbul, once her home, had become a maze of memories she couldn't escape. The breakup with Ken had left scars, sleepless nights, distracted days on set, and a lingering sense that she'd lost herself. According to those close to her, Demet poured her energy into work, but the spark that made her a star was dimming. Italy wasn't just a career move. It was an escape, a chance to shed the weight of her past and rediscover the woman she used to be. But that morning at the airport, as she hugged her mother goodbye and dragged her suitcases toward passport control, everything changed. There, standing tall amidst the crowd, was Yaman. His presence was like a thunderclap, commanding attention. His eyes locked onto hers, carrying a weight of unspoken words, regrets, and maybe, just maybe, hope. For a split second, the world faded. The chatter of travelers, the hum of announcements, the cold glare of the terminal's lights, all of it dissolved. It was just Demet and Can, two souls tethered by a history too powerful to ignore. Demet froze, her breath catching in her chest. Her heart raced, pounding so loudly she was sure he could hear it. Words tangled in her throat, refusing to break free. She quickened her pace, as if moving faster could outrun the emotions flooding her. But Ken wasn't here by accident. He'd made a choice, a bold, reckless, heart-on-the-line choice. According to his inner circle, when Ken learned Demet was leaving for Italy, he was struck silent. For hours, he wrestled with the news, his usual charisma replaced by a quiet intensity. Then, in a moment of clarity, he knew what he had to do. By 6:45 a.m., he was at the airport, driven by a single purpose, to stop her from walking away. As Ken moved toward her, each step heavy with intention, Demet's resolve wavered. He carried no flowers, no grand gestures, just the raw truth in his eyes. When they finally stood face to face, the air between them crackled. "Don't go," he said, his voice low but unwavering. 3 simple words, yet they carried the weight of years' love, pain, regret, and a plea for a second chance. Demet's eyes filled with tears, her passport trembling in her hand. "Ken, what are you doing here?" she whispered, her voice breaking. His response was a lightning bolt. "I'm here because I still love you. Don't leave us behind." The terminal, usually a blur of motion, seemed to hold its breath. Passengers nearby sensed the drama unfolding, their phones already out, capturing every tear, every glance. Those videos would soon explode across social media, racking up millions of views and thousands of comments in hours. "This is what true love looks like," one fan wrote. Demet, don't fall for it again, another warned. But the real bombshell came when Demet, tears streaming down her face, turned away from the gate and headed to the ticket counter. She canceled her flight. The woman who'd been ready to leave everything behind chose to stay, pulled back by the one person she'd been running from. Later that day, as paparazzi swarmed outside her home, Demet spoke to the press, her voice thick with emotion. Seeing Ken there, it was like my heart stopped. I thought I was ready to leave it all behind, but then I ran into the one thing I couldn't escape: him. Her words were more than a soundbite. They were a window into a soul laid bare, a confession that resonated with anyone who's ever loved and lost. They sparked a wave of empathy, with fans across the globe sharing their own stories of heartbreak and reunion. To understand why this moment hit so hard, we need to go back to the beginning. Demet and Ken's love story started years ago on the set of Erkensikas, a romantic comedy that captured hearts and launched them into stardom. Their chemistry was electric: backstage laughter, stolen glances, and playful banter that set the internet on fire. Fans dubbed them Turkey's golden couple, obsessing over every shared moment. Off-screen, their romance blossomed, but fame is a double-edged sword. Over time, jealousy, misunderstandings, and the crushing pressure of their careers drove a wedge between them. Their breakup wasn't a single moment, but a slow, painful unraveling, leaving both to navigate the fallout alone. Demet threw herself into work, taking on international projects to escape Istanbul's ghosts. Friends say she struggled to find her footing, her performances lacking the fire that once defined her. Ken, meanwhile, built a new life in Italy, starring in hit series and signing lucrative ad deals. On the surface, he was thriving, but those close to him knew better. He was haunted by what he'd lost, his silence masking a heart still tethered to Demet. Their paths diverged, but the invisible thread between them never snapped. That airport encounter wasn't just a reunion, it was a reckoning, a moment where time folded in on itself. Demet's decision to stay ignited a firestorm of speculation. Are they back together? Is this a fleeting moment of closure, or the start of something new? Her words to a friend later that day offer a clue. Him being there at untied, knots I didn't even know were still there. For Ken, the gamble paid off. I had to try, he reportedly told a confidant. I couldn't live wondering what could have been. The internet hasn't stopped buzzing since. Fan accounts are dissecting every frame of those airport videos, analyzing body language, and spinning theories about what's next. Some dream of a grand reconciliation, complete with a joint project to reignite their on-screen magic. Others are cautious, warning that old wounds don't heal overnight. But one thing's undeniable: Demet and Ken's story is far from over. Their encounter has sparked debates about love, timing, and second chances, resonating far beyond Turkey's borders. This saga is more than celebrity gossip. It's a universal tale of what it means to love deeply, lose painfully, and dare to hope again. It's about standing at a crossroads, heart pounding, and choosing whether to run or fight. For Demet, that airport was her crossroads. For Ken, it was his last stand. And for us, it's a front row seat to a drama that's got us hooked. Will they rebuild what was broken? Could this be the start of a new chapter? Or is it a bittersweet farewell? Only time will tell, but magazine news and gossip will be here, bringing you every twist and turn. Let's talk about the fans for a moment. Social media is a battlefield of opinions, with hashtag Demet and Ken trending worldwide. Some fans are Team Reunion, flooding X with heart eyes emojis and montages of the couple's Erkensikas days. Others are Team Move On, urging Demet to prioritize herself. She deserves to chase her dreams in Italy, one tweet read. Ken's timing is selfish. Another countered, this is fate. They're meant to be. The videos from the airport have been shared, remixed, and analyzed to death, with amateur lip readers trying to decode their whispered conversation. One thing's clear, this moment has captured imaginations like nothing else. What makes this story so gripping? It's the raw humanity of it all. Demet and Ken aren't just celebrities, they're people wrestling with the same emotions we all face: love, regret, fear of starting over. Demet's tears weren't scripted. Can's plea wasn't rehearsed. Their encounter was a reminder that even stars, with their glamorous lives and adoring fans, are vulnerable to the pull of the heart. It's a story that transcends borders, speaking to anyone who's ever stood at a turning point, wondering if love is worth the risk. As the dust settles, questions swirl. Will Demet stay in Istanbul for good, or is this just a pause in her journey? Can's bold move, was it a moment of clarity or a desperate grasp at the past? And what about their careers? Demet's Italian dreams are on hold, but for how long? Can's life in Italy has been a success, but is he ready to uproot it for a chance at love? The answers are anyone's guess, but the possibilities are endless. Some fans speculate they'll team up for a new project, rekindling their chemistry on screen and off. Others wonder if this is the closure they both needed to finally move forward. One thing's for sure, magazine news and gossip is your go-to source for every update on this roller coaster. We're digging deep, chasing every lead, and keeping you in the loop. This isn't just a story, it's a saga, and we're as obsessed as you are. So, what do you think? Are Demet and Can destined for a happily ever after, or is this a beautiful but fleeting moment? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this with your friends, and subscribe to Magazine News and Gossip for more heart-pounding scoops. We're thrilled you're here, and we can't wait to see where this story takes us next. Stay tuned, because the drama's just getting started.